Hi fans of high quality entertainment. That's not Jinx. I was actually kind of surprised. I went to do this video and there was Middens sitting where Jinx usually sits. Middens, I think this is actually... Don't look at me that way. I think this is actually the first time she's ever sat there. She's usually hanging from the ceiling. It's weird. Anyway, I've had a little bit of a drinky poo. I'm on holidays. I've been on holidays since last Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so I'm like kind of halfway through my holidays. And this is the first and last glass of red wine I've had. I just haven't had dinner yet, so it's kind of hit me. And, oh boy, I received this message. I posted it on Facebook, but I just wanted to show my YouTube viewers too. As some of you know that watch my reading viewer comments videos and my bad grammar older videos, I've received some really nasty comments through the years. Luckily, thank God, 95% of the comments are positive and very nice, but there's always somebody out there. But then I received this message. It was actually yesterday I received it. And it was regarding my Patreon page, and just to show it to you here. And I need a drink. It's always... the reason I started my Patreon page wasn't for the money, in case anybody is wondering, because yes, you have to pay. Right now it's set at $5 a month. But it's definitely not the reason I started. I started it because there's some videos I've done in the past that I can't put on YouTube for whatever reasons, copyright infringement or whatever. Or for instance, I recently did a over 40-minute video in which I talked about a lot of the movies I have on DVD and Blu-ray, but I was not drunk, but I was feeling pretty damn good. And I was going to post it to my regular YouTube channel, and then I thought it over. I thought, no, I'll just put it on for my Patreons. And so it's just extra footage. It's stupid songs that I used to record in the past. Some are actually, I think, are actually pretty good, thank you. But some silly songs, so they're all on my Patreon page. And so check it out. I have right now, I think I have 9 patrons, or Patreons, however you say it. And I really thank each and every one of them. And I am hoping someday to get a 10th one. And if I do get a 10th one, the 10th person will get a special shout out. Now, where was I? I wanted to talk about singers. Now, most people that love certain singers, it's because, their voice. It's a beautiful voice or just a really, really good singer. But I've never been that way. I base it more on the person and their personality. I'm not saying I don't like good singers. I think actually Paul McCartney is the best singer of them all. He's really underrated as far as I'm concerned. And for instance, I'm not a fan of the Eagles at all. But Don Henley, he is a great singer. Even if you hate the Eagles, you have to admit that guy can sing. And he can also write. But I have no interest in the Eagles. It's just, I guess I like more of a challenge when I'm listening to music. And that's why a lot of times some of my favorite albums, the first time I listened to them, I didn't really care for them that much, because I had to listen to them more to finally get it. And that's what brings me to Captain Beefheart. Definitely the first time I heard his album Trout Mask Replica, I hated it. I absolutely hated it, as did a lot of fans of Trout Mask Replica. It's the kind of album you need to listen to it more than once. And this goes with other bands I love, like Sparks. I've said many times, the first album of theirs I ever listened to was Kimono My House from 1974. I bought it, I played it, I threw it in the garbage. I hated it. I especially hated the vocals by Russell Mael. He was singing at that time falsetto, really high voice. But since then, besides John Lennon and Paul McCartney, Russell Mael is my absolute favorite vocalist. Lou Reed. Nobody's going to say, oh, Lou Reed, he's a great singer. But a lot of his music, his Berlin album, Street Hassle, in the Velvet Underground, when he's singing in Sister Ray, you believe every word he's singing. And there was some other singer, Lemmy from Motorhead. It doesn't matter what Motorhead song. When he's singing it, you believe it. You believe he really means what he is singing. So I love Lemmy and I love Motorhead. Johnny Cash. One of my all-time favorite albums is Johnny Cash's American 4, The Man Comes Around. It's all like if God could sing, God would be Johnny Cash. That's how much, especially this album. And I really actually should check out more of his American recordings. But I don't think anything can top this one. But maybe you can change my mind at the comment section below. I'm going to ramble a bit. Regarding, I did a video Ask Larry Graves recently, and a lot of people asked me questions. And I actually attempted to do the video today a couple of times. But I had over 100 questions. And so I was on like the third page of this with all of these questions. And it was already probably at least 15 minutes just on those first 3 pages. And I just finally gave up because it would be like a 2-hour video. And so I apologize. I'm not saying I won't answer the questions, but you asking the questions, it's difficult for me to respond on YouTube and answer everybody because I have tendinitis in my hands. But it's also, I found, it's also a challenge to respond by just making a video because so many questions are asked that it's going to end up being a really super long video, which most of you I'm going to find boring. So of course my viewers are going to find boring. So I don't know what to do about it, but I just thank you all for at least being interested in asking me these questions. Hi, I'm back. I was rambling a bit.
That's it. Look pretty. Yes, a pretty girl.
Yeah, that's how I talk to my cats. Anyway, if you've heard Captain Beefheart's music, I know somebody recently commented that they played Captain Beefheart and hated it. I totally understand it, because I hated his music when I first heard it, as did a lot of Captain Beefheart fans. You have to give him a chance. Same with Sparks. And I would say to go on Spotify, which is free, and listen to Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band's Shiny Beast, Bat Chain Puller. Now that's his artwork, which kind of shows you what his music is like, I guess, in a way. It's pretty weird in a way. But it's such damn good music. His bands, they're called the Magic Band for a reason. The first time you listen to his music, it'll sound... His bands almost... I've thought of this. You know the Star Wars. The Star Wars band, the aliens are really weird. It's almost like the Magic Band could be making the music that the Star Wars band would make. It would work for whatever reason. And the first time you hear it, it would be kind of jarring and that doesn't sound right and oh my God. But after you've listened to it 2 or 3 times, I think you'll get, most of you, not all of you, you'll get it. And so the Floppy Boot Stomp, the first song, Tropical Hot Dog Night, some of the lyrics are kind of funny too. Ice Rose, Harry Irene. One of my favorite tracks on this is You Know You're a Man, but you gotta listen to it more than once. There's an instrumental on this called Suction Prince. The first time you hear it, you might not like it, but play it again 2 or 3 times and you might realize, oh my God, this band is amazing. Same with Captain Beefheart's, he plays, I don't know if it's a clarinet or a horn, I don't know my instruments, but he plays that and he plays a harmonica, and the first time it's like, oh my God, that doesn't sound right, that's bad. But it isn't. I don't know what it is. It's almost like he hypnotizes you with his music. It's just amazing. So I hope one of you becomes a fan of Captain Beefheart because of this video. As other people have wrote to me becoming a fan of Sparks and Captain Beefheart by me talking about them. Boy, this video just rambled on, didn't it? I just want to end this video by saying that this cat here, forget about Jinx for a second. This cat here, look at her. This cat has got to be the most loving, yes you are, and gentle cat I've ever owned. I've owned quite a few cats, and this one is definitely the sweetest. Kind of annoying sometimes. Every time I have cheese, and I'm slicing cheese or grating cheese, Mittens knows, and she's right there meowing and bugging for a little piece of cheese. Yes. Sometimes you're a pain. But that's it. I love you all. I'm just saying that because I'm drinking. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and check out my Patreon page. She's looking at it right now. That's cool.